Welcome back to Network Africa. A conference in Egypt is discussing methods of combating illegal migration in key port cities. Delegates and officials launched a 10-year project called Preventing and Responding to Illegal Migration in Egypt, which will be executed by the International Organization for Migration and will look at developing several employment projects in towns and cities.
To tackle migration was the main agenda at a conference held in Cairo on Thursday. Head of Egypt's National Coordinating Committee on Combating and Preventing Illegal Migration, Naila Gaber, announced the launch of the program. The project will also focus on community outreach activities to inform on the risks of irregular migration and alternatives. According to Gaber, providing livelihood opportunities will help countries deter people from taking part in illegal migration. Egypt passed legislation at the end of last year to crack down on people traffickers linked to a major surge in the numbers of migrants departing from the country's Mediterranean coast on often disastrous sea journeys to Europe. A boat carrying about 450 people capsized off Egypt's coast last September. About 202 bodies were subsequently recovered from the sea and 169 people rescued. Some 320 migrants and refugees drowned off a Greek island in June, and survivors said their boat had set sail from Egypt. British Ambassador to Egypt, John Casson, said the program will also focus on creating proper methods for gathering data on migrants.
Respective parties to do all the things that Ambassador Naila was talking about, the data gathering, making sure that policy is evidence-based, that the analysis that underpins our activity is rigorous, to make sure that we can do the awareness raising, we can do the preventing, the prosecuting, and the protecting of people. But this is one brick in the wall, if you like, of a much bigger British effort in Egypt and around the world to play our role as a global leader and as global citizens in tackling this problem, which doesn't just exist in any one place, but is a global problem. And so it's important that we deal with both the symptoms and the root causes of illegal migration and of people smuggling.
After Turkey cut a deal with the European Union to stop the flow of migrants from its territory to the continent, an increasing number sought to cross to Italy from the North African coast this summer, especially from Libya, where people traffickers operate with relative impunity. An international effort needs to take place to deter migrants from making the dangerous sea crossings.
A Zimbabwean artist, Johnson Zuze, works with scrap metal and waste to create valuable art while combating pollution. Zuze's work has been on display at various exhibitions at home and abroad with a number of accolades.
Going through mounds of trash at garbage sites is how Johnson Zuze starts his day in Harare, Zimbabwe. The self-taught artist picks a range of items from electronic gadgets and tints to wood and metal pieces, which are all instrumental in forming sculptures whose subjects range from animals to abstract forms.
I am a mixed media visual artist, and I work with waste material which I recycle to create different pieces of art. The idea behind my style is to convey different social messages using waste material that I collect from dump sites or even the streets.
Starting out as an artist was not easy. Zuze says his parents discouraged him and tried pushing him to become a doctor instead. Zuze says he wants to use his talent to promote a clean environment and recycling culture that can help address the country's waste burden.
I am part of a network of artists from Pretoria, Maputo, Johannesburg and Harare, whose collective aim is to find creative ways and means to preserve the environment by using waste and material to create art. So I try to bring back to life objects and materials that have been thrown away, and I feel that is like representing the downtrodden in society.
The 31-year-old is one of the most prolific artists in the country today. He has won various awards, including the country's National Arts Merit Award last year. Zuze's work has also been on display at exhibitions around the country and abroad. The artist works closely with the Delta Gallery in Harare, which sells his art. The sculptures cost anything from $100 to $500 US.
Every single piece has a new meaning. In times, you have to smile because there's also the humoresque quality of it. And again, like the horse of the apocalypse, which is behind us, there's the drama behind that as well.
Artist, decide a price.
As an artist, I set pieces for my work, but the galleries put a commission when they sell off on my behalf. The difference between my style of visual art and others is on originality and creativity. Unlike decorative art, my artwork appreciates value over time because it is unique and rare, so that determines the price.
Zuze also gets to work on commissioned projects from clients who want customized installations. He is working on pieces for upcoming exhibitions in Johannesburg and London, scheduled for later this year, and also plans to hold workshops for artists and gardeners.
The Minister of Agriculture in South Africa, Sizeni Zokwane, is planning to visit farms affected in the northern province of Limpopo. The visit will make him assess the damage caused by maize-destroying armyworms, which have invaded farms in parts of southern Africa. The situation has caused a concern for food supply in the region, where maize and some other crop is a staple food. Farmers have called for speedy intervention as scientists and other experts in the country consider how to combat the threat to food security and agricultural trade. And that's our show today. Thank you so much for watching. I am BC Adebayo.